Good evening and welcome to the 26th edition of FIBA Women's AfroBasket 2021. We're at the Palais de Sport in Yaoundé, Cameroon for the fourth game of the first day of action here at the tournament. Defending champions Nigeria are up against Mozambique in tonight's matchup. The Tigres are looking for a three-peat at this year's edition, and coming off an Olympic year, they certainly have the momentum, but time will tell. Those are the games that took place earlier on the day: Senegal, Mali, and Cameroon, making it a West African affair. All victories for them. My name is Slale Shani, and I'm joined by the lovely Usher Komugisha. Usher, can Nigeria become the first team to have a three-peat since Senegal dominated the scene between the 70s and 80s?
Well, obviously, Nigeria come into this tournament as the title favorite once again. They have 8 players that featured on their team at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, and they're looking very good in this tournament. But it's obviously, as their coach Otis Hewley said, they'll take it one game at a time. And what a way to start this tournament against Mozambique, the team that has been stubborn, especially for the past 2 editions in 2017 and 2019, finishing 4th, and also as one of 2 teams from Africa that played at the FIBA Olympic qualifiers tournament in Serbia, in Belgrade.
Now, Nigeria are coming off 3 losses at the Olympics earlier, just a couple of months ago. And I want us to talk about that a little bit more earlier. But Usher, these past couple of days, you have kept on telling me that Mozambique is a team that fights. Now tell me, what do you actually mean by that?
Well, you have to go back to the FIBA Africa Women's Club Championships to understand why Ferroviario de Maputo are the back-to-back champions of Africa's most elite club event for women's basketball, to understand that. And that team, Ferroviario de Maputo, makes up the core members of this team, and that is what you're going to see, especially throughout this event. You can see them lining up there. Odilia, obviously, Mafanela, one of the core members of the team, and also Mukauro, the captain of Ferroviario, and obviously Cosa, the three-point assassin.
You're right, there are about 8 players represented from that team here on the Mozambique national team. And now we're moving on to the #1 team in Africa, looking for a three-peat, looking to make history as only the second other team in African history to win the championship back to back to back. And I think, you know, as I said earlier, Usher, you've come out of Olympics, you had high hopes, high expectations, lose all your games. What kind of energy are you now bringing into this particular tournament?
Well, obviously, you have to remember that Nigeria are unbeaten on African soil in 5 years, 11 months, and 16 days.
Wow.
The last time they lost was on October 2nd, 2015, here in Yaoundé against Cameroon in a very highly contested semi-final game that ended 71-70. That saw Cameroon go to the final and finish second in that AfroBasket.
All right, well, we're going to talk about that more later. Let's have a pause in the commentary for the playing of the Mozambique and Nigeria national anthems.
Mesdames et messieurs, bien vouloir continuer pour l'exécution des hymnes. Bien sûr, nous commençons par l'hymne du Mozambique. Mozambique, Anthem. national anthem, du Nigeria.
There you have the referees for this game. Gebuto from Ethiopia, Sarah El Nubi from Egypt, and Esperanza Mendoza from Spain. It's a good, reliable squad there for the officiating of this game as Nigeria now prepares the final preparation, final warm-up as they take on Mozambique. Usher promises that it will be an exciting matchup. We have two teams who are very strong. Number 1 in Africa, Nigeria. Number 4 in Africa, Mozambique. Mozambique went unbeaten during the group stage in the quarterfinals, straight through to the semifinals of the last AfroBasket in 2019, and then fell short there. That's your starting lineup for Mozambique, and they are missing the elite player of Leia Dong, who was unavailable for this tournament. I wonder if that will affect how they perform. But as a familiar face we see, head coach for Mozambique, Nasir Saleh. He's been the coach of Mozambique on several occasions, and dare I say is very familiar with the squad. Starting 5 for Nigeria, you see the captain there, Adaora Elonu, Ezin Kalu, who was the MVP at the last AfroBasket, and Victoria Macaulay. Those are players you should definitely keep an eye out for. Also, Palace Kunayi. You know, I saw a video of her, Usher, where she dunked like it was a layup. It was easy. Well, like she looks like she can dunk on Brittany Griner.
That's the sort of athleticism that Nigerian players always have. It is something that, you know, is expected, I should say, not really a surprise. And hopefully we can see more of that in this tournament. I mean, I would literally be thrilled to see an African player dunk the ball here in Yaoundé at the Women's AfroBasket.
It would be the first time ever any woman has dunked at an African basketball tournament. Earlier on, we also saw Coach Otis Hewley, who will be leading the Nigeria squad in this assignment. He helped Nigeria secure an 8th place finish in Spain at the Women's World Cup in 2018. And he's looking to defend the title once again. And we've been talking about overconfidence today, Usher. And I must say that all the top teams are not overly confident.
Because they know they've been down this road, they're professionals, they know that you can be humbled by the game of basketball. And that is something that if you see the faces there of the Mozambican team, they're coming to fight in this one. And there's no favorite tonight. It is a proper contest, the very best of, you know, the teams in this tournament. I would say two of the best 4 teams. Not just based on them finishing top 4 at the last Women's AfroBasket editions, but because they deserve to be there, and you're going to see that in the action that will follow. Obviously, looking on your screen, Sarah Gamal, a referee, first ever hijab-wearing Muslim and Arab referee to be at the Olympics. She was in the history-making 3-on-3 basketball for the very first time at the Summer Olympics in Tokyo, and she'll be hoping to, you know, do the same here in the AfroBasket. She's been very popular with the players in 3-on-3 and also 5-on-5. So it will be interesting to see how she referees and officiates here in Yaoundé.
And that is the tip-off. Again, good evening and welcome to Yaoundé, Cameroon for the women's AfroBasket between Nigeria and Mozambique. This is the final game of the first day of competition. And Mozambique already sending Nigeria to their knees. Is that a sign of things to come? Time will tell.
As you know, this is going to be an aggressive game, and when I see Mokauro starting there for Mozambique, there's nothing less to expect. She's very aggressive and also really one of the leaders of this team.
Number 7, Annabella Cosa. She has been a familiar face in Mozambique's national team for the last decade. One of their elite scorers.
She's very good behind the three-point arc for many years. And unfortunately, in Dakar 2019, we didn't get to see much of her because she had suffered a back injury. But now she looks very fresh, looking good, and will be a very important player for Mozambique.
Here comes Elonu with Nigeria at the top of the first. Macaulay. Back to Elonu. Elonu trying to get it into Macaulay, and the referee tells her to stand up because she knows that there was no foul there. I think it's just mistimed. Cosa gets it across the wing. And now it's a drive with a reverse layup by Magbaya. Excuse me, that was Mukauro. And I guarantee, Usher, that by the end of this tournament, these names just going to be flowing from our lips.
Yes, obviously Mukauro.
Even with the respective accents, the Portuguese accents, the French accents, whatever accent that is needed. You see an unforced turnover by Mabjaya there at half court.
Well, there's some proper matchups in this game. Macaulay and Tamara Seda.
Kalu.
And Kalu trying to drive into the paint, but
big rebound from Elonu. She gets it back out for Ibekwe. Can't get it to fall. Macaulay with another rebound. Ibekwe repositioning, and it's a mess as Nigeria unable to convert several opportunities to put the ball back in.
There's so many hands in that paint, and you can feel the presence of Tamara. Tamara Seda, MVP in the Angolan Premier League with Primeiro de Agosto, and looking to replicate that performance here in Yaoundé. As we expected, this is a physical game. Foul called on Annabella Cosa.
Cosa and Macaulay gets tangled up. Look at the replay there. Excuse me, Bekwe.
It will be Nigeria's inbound.
That's a nice soft touch, but can't get it to go by Macaulay. Elonu finally gets Nigeria up on the scoreboard with a mid-range jumper. And now Cosa gets it to Seda. Seda, so patient, even with that kind of pressure, tries to create space. They call the offensive foul on her. And she looked like she knew what she was doing.
Well, those are some of the small fights that happen in the game. But very unnecessary for Tamara. It's too early in the game to be getting on the foul column of the score sheet.
Ibekwe miscalculated that pass entirely. And you can see Elonu telling her that There's no way she was going to end up there. And Nigeria just need to settle down.
Well, there's no settling down when you're playing against Mozambique because they'll come at you every time you have the ball. And
Cosa, nice dish.
nice dish.
Seda now with the rebound. She's going to try and get it in. No, way off the mark. Couldn't place herself correctly in the post. And we have a stoppage, whistle on the floor, push call. And it will be Nigeria ball. Elonu inbounding. Gets it to Makaule. Makaule tries to get it back to number 12. That's in Kim. Excuse me, 22. Dara Chidum. High amount of turnovers. Mozambique with 2, Nigeria with 5. And you can see that pressure defense from Nigeria. They know that they need to step it up. Seda can't get it off before the shot clock winds down. That's a violation and the ball will go to Nigeria. And Seda, who was called for an offensive foul lead. I don't know if you caught that on the screen. Ezine Kalu, she had some blood on her teeth.
Well, obviously, this is a very physical game. You can see 2 up.
It's a sign of
after
war.
3 minutes, 20 seconds played. It will be a long night for both teams. And the team that wins will have really earned it.
Makaro now on the left wing. She tries to take it almost all the way, almost loses it. Mabjaya high off the glass. Can't finish on that one. And there's a lot of action that's going on in that paint. A lot of physicality. Odera Chidum and Cosa both asked over, and some words shared from Esperanza Mendoza. I think she at the end of the day, you want the ladies to have a good game. I think she's just letting them know, let's not get too dirty. Let's keep this floor clean.
Well, obviously, the 2 sides have played each other 6 times at the AfroBasket, with Nigeria winning 4 times. So Mozambique are looking for at least a victory to clean that slate.
Solid play from Tamara Seda. That was her first field goal now on the opposite end. Nigeria trying to convert, unable to. And here comes Mabjaya and Mozambique. Long pass to Seda, back out to Cosa. Seda, reverse layup, can't get it to go. Mabjaya with the offensive rebound, and Cosa. Oh my goodness, Seda with the putback. And she is just being active. Ezine Kalu, the former MVP, the reigning MVP. A lot of experience. And she's putting a lot of pressure on Mabjaya with that ball. Cosa now, kiss off the glass.
That's
Tough move.
a beautiful finish by Annabella Cosa, reminding everyone that it is me, the one that you used to see many years ago.
And Cosa getting it done on both ends of the floor. And she is exhausted. You can see her walking on the opposite end of the floor there. And you think Coach Saleh will give her a breather?
Doesn't look like it so far.
Doesn't look like it. Nice block from Chidum. Ibekwe, Euro step, pretty finish. Makes it look so easy. And still a 2-point game here. Final game of the day. Mozambique leading 8 to Nigeria 6 points. It's been a quiet first quarter. Seda, my goodness, she is just one of those players who does such a fantastic job of getting in position as a post player. And again, once she gets that ball, it's going to be a foul or a basket.
Well, you can see the coach Nasir Saleh is trying to bring on Gimo to give Tamara Seda a break in this game. And nope, it's not Tamara that will come off. Captain Mafanela will take a rest. And you can see that the coach is playing size here against Nigeria.
Yeah.
Mafanela to the basket, blocked. And on the other side, Ibekwe with the layup to keep Nigeria into this game.
Kalu, nothing but net. The first free throw. She's a solid free throw shooter. All around great player. Gets the second one to go as well. Back to a 2-point lead for Mozambique. Three clutch free throws for Ezine Kalu as we have a substitution. Kalu to the bench. In for her is Promise Amukamara. And Cosa is trying to say that she got pushed from the back.
Nigeria have fresh legs in their backcourt, Promise, as well as Sarah Ogoke. Sarah Ogoke, number 7, is very familiar with the Mozambicans, having played with them when Ferroviaro won the FIBA Africa Women's Club Championship in 2019 in Cairo, Egypt. And so she knows a thing or two about how they play. Let's see if that comes to light tonight in this very tightly contested game.
That's a quick first step, but just couldn't find someone to pass the ball to. Promise Amukamara, coast to coast.
It is a case of you snooze, you lose. And Nigeria attempting the full court press, but quickly falling back to play a zono man.
Seda.
And Tamara Seda on the outside, screening from Abjai Mukaura. And it is a foul that has been called on Amy Okonkwo.
Take a look at that replay. And you can see again this.
Promise, very good eyes. She quickly noticed that she had to go all the way. No need to dish. And that's the quality of the Nigerian team. You take off Kalu, you have Promise.
Oh. Makauro misses the rim completely on that 3-point shot. Looked a little bit rushed somehow.
She's not looked herself so far in this game. She's making rush decisions. She needs to really do better and think about
1 second on the shot clock. 0.4 seconds left on the shot clock. Are Mozambique aware?
Yes, they are. They need a super play to make it count. And no, the ball goes the other way as Vilma Kovane misses the basket there.
Vilma Kovane, I understand she's one of the up-and-coming players for Mozambique. See how she adjusts to African basketball at the highest level. Amukamara loses the ball. Gimon now gets it to Veloso. Veloso looking for the screen.
She's forced into a trap.
And
But
now
Gimo is there to help, and
shot clock trouble again. They had to rush that attempt. But Mozambique stayed with the ball. Kovane, as you can see, was the right place, just couldn't cleanly get that one out. But Nigeria also had great recovery defense.
And now it's the inbound for Mozambique. Let's see if those screens can bring something. Kovane driving into the paint. She has 3 defenders on her. Plan B.
Pereira.
Beautiful finish by Pereira.
That's the up and under. Tough move, tough play. And Mozambique take back the lead from Nigeria. Promise. Couldn't get that one. And they're gonna call a push on Nigeria.
Well, look at that. She literally threw her body there and put the ball up, and it dropped. 2 points for Mozambique.
Just about 45 seconds left to go here in that first quarter. Fairly low scoring one considering the manpower and talent on this team. But that's just also a sign of 2 very good teams going head-to-head against each other. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Another rushed shot. And Macauro. Nigeria on the other side, and these are points that they can usually score so easily. They're struggling tonight.
There's a lot of pressure on the ball. As you know, Mozambique bring a lot of intensity in every game, in every possession, and you can see that tonight. It's not an easy game, and Mozambique, a very stubborn team. They'll be looking for that victory. They don't care if Nigeria is from the Olympics. They're looking for victory tonight.
I mean, it would be a great show of power if Mozambique won this game. And I'm sure they want to close out the first quarter with a bucket. Veloso. Sama gets it into Kovane. Snatched away by Amy Okonkwo, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter as Mozambique with a 1-point lead. It's been a battle, and we heard the war cry of Mozambique in the huddle before this game actually got started. Those are the points of each team on your screens. Nigeria 11, Mozambique 12 points.
Well, obviously, as I promised you, tightly contested game. Look at the free throw line, 100% shooting. Nothing from behind the arc for both teams. And from the field, both teams struggling, but, you know, they're trying to do a good job in there. I think that's really a reflection of both teams' defense strategies that really bring out the best from, you know, what they can offer. And Tamara Seda there, she's been very crucial for Mozambique, especially on offense. And Ezine Kalu, reigning MVP, doing a good job of keeping Nigeria into this game. And her experience has shown everything that is expected of her. And Promise Amukamara, she's come off the bench to bring good energy into that team. And that's sort of what Otis Hewley tries to accomplish with his final 12 roster at a tournament like this.
And I'm sure Coach Otis Hewley is a bit frustrated. He knows that Nigeria can do so much better. They had a training camp in the States, and which is usually the tradition of the Nigeria team. And I was reading an article where he was talking about how if African teams just get the proper investment into training and preparation for tournaments at this level, we could see African teams perform much better globally. And he's confident that they have the talent, you know, the likes of Angola, Mozambique, Nigeria, Senegal. And really, you do see the difference between teams that, that have good preparation, good training time, having friendlies before games, and then teams that are not getting the appropriate financial support.
Well, obviously, that is something that the national federations have to think about. They need to invest in these teams if they want to compete at the biggest level of basketball in the world, which is the Women's World Cup and also the Olympics. And looking at the first quarter statistics, you have 9 turnovers from Nigeria and 6 for Mozambique. That explains so much in terms of the direction that this game will take eventually. But really impressive that both teams are 100% on the free throw line. That is an interesting statistic.
It is indeed. And free throws is just something that you have to work on. And that they do, as we see Azine Kalu slicing through the defense. Just fearless. Doesn't care who's in the paint. She sees that open lane and she takes it. And she'll go to the line. Azine Kalu, the reigning MVP, currently plying her trade at Landerneau Bretagne Basket in Europe.
Well, obviously for Kalu, that experience playing in France helps her so much when she comes out to play here against other top players from the African continent.
Makaoro decides to take it in, and she's fouled. It'll be a chance for her to try and regain the lead from Nigeria.
I don't really understand what's going on with Makaoro. This is not the usual Makaoro that we know, but perhaps she's taking longer to get into the game. Although she's doing a lot of work on defense, and that's helping the team, of course.
That's a nice drive and kick play between Kalu and number 22, Chidom. Makaule manages to grab that steal. Gets it out to Chidom. Chidom! Excuse me, that's Elonu, captain of the Nigeria team. She's such a finesse player. I feel like she's so smooth. Take a look at the replay there.
She is, and you know, the way that she handles the ball is really interesting. She just keeps growing into the game and, you know, encouraging her teammates to keep going. And that sort of energy is going to help them tonight against Mozambique. Let's listen in to that Mozambique timeout.
Enquanto nós tivermos possibilidade de sair rápido, não precisamos jogar com conceito. No ataque, faz a transição muito mais rápido, tá? No ataque, ao lado do lado da Gimo como 4. Tu joga o bloqueio cego nela e damos a continuidade, tá? Inicia tu com o Carlos muito mais rápido para o tiro aberto, tá? Vamos lá, acreditar,
Basketball is always a game of runs. If you notice your opponent losing steam, you call a timeout, get your players to relax and go again. So let's see if Mozambique will adhere to what Coach Nasir Saleh has told them. There's so much pressure on the ball.
Rolls around the rim and pops back out. Veloso surely must be frustrated. Macaulay trying to spin her way to the hoop and loses it, snatched away. Here comes Pereira. A find. Kovane. And that would have been a good opportunity for her to cut down this lead. She has played at the University of Cumberland in Kentucky, coming back for national duty, make her team proud. And I think Mozambique is the team with the most locally based players. Am I correct there, Usher?
Yes, it is. Mozambique and Egypt have a very good number of locally best players. And it is a thing of beauty, really, to see that sort of growth and trust in the players that play locally.
Kalu with a runner. Gets Nigeria back up to 19 points. That's her 9th point in this game. And you can see why she is the reigning MVP, keeping Nigeria alive offensively. Nice spin move from Gimo, but can't get that one to fall. And those are just so frustrating. When the ball gets inside the rim, pops back out, rolls around the rim, pops back out.
It looks like Mozambique have to have a word with the rim, because that's not the first time the ball is refusing to get in. Good rebound there from Ingvild Mukauro.
Gimo, short.
Short, and Cavani was unable to pick that rebound. They really need to do so much to box out and make it count.
Macaulay is so frustrated. And like I said earlier, Usher, Nigeria, they're missing attempts that they're usually make, you know. Not necessarily easy moves to the hoop, but they do have windows where they can finish pretty clearly to the hoop, as Gimo this time knocks it down from long distance. And you can imagine just the frustration in the Nigeria camp.
You love a forward that can shoot behind the arc, and that is a foul on Pereira. And Nasir Saleh makes 3 changes, brings back Annabella, Cosa, Mafanela, and the youngin, Stefania Ciziane. Beautiful finish there.
Elonu from the baseline with the triple. And that will take her to 7 points now, shooting 66%. Excuse me, shooting 100% from 3. That she's 1 for 1. She's on. Gets it into number 14, Mafanela. And Macaulay says, no, no, no. Not in my house. Cosa to inbound the ball. It's a floater from Mukauro. And Ibekwe is talking to the referees. They're trying to negotiate, plead their case. But no matter what they say, the ball goes to Mozambique. Looking again at the play there. They're going to call an offensive foul on Ibekwe. See some consultations amongst Esperanza Mendoza, Sarah, and Ficadu. Possession stays with Mozambique. Mukauro inbound the ball. Mukauro into Gimo. Gimo decides to take that shot, misses everything. And here comes Kalu. Oh, that was a good find for Chidom in the post. She really had her defender sealed in there. Nice steal from Mukauro. Will she make something out of this? No. Big rebound
from Mafanela, captain. 1-2, looking for Gimo, who finds... Wow. Oh, what a miss. I told you they need to find time to talk to the rim.
The rim is definitely not on their side. That was a good move from Chizan to beat two defenders. And they're going to call a foul on Mafanela on the floor.
Unnecessary foul.
Unnecessary indeed. A frustration foul.
That's what it is.
Mukaule, who has no points in this game, finally gets up on the scoring board. That is her first point. And this really is a low-scoring game, Usher. You know, just under 5 minutes here in the second quarter. Nigeria 23, Mozambique 17.
It is expected because both teams are playing good defense. Hence the turnovers here and there. It's not easy. By the time you score 2 points, you've really worked so hard for that.
And Coach Otis has gone with a completely new rotation, subbed out all 5 of his players, brought in a new 5. Ball almost snatched away. Gimo manages to keep it alive. And the rim is just not working in her favor. Mukauro manages to pick up the steal. Almost gets bottled up by that swarming Nigeria defense. And now we have Mafanela, kicks it out for a nice finish from number 23, Stefania Chizan. And Abosi down into Kunayi. Kunayi kicks it out to Coach Otis Hewley for the three-point shot. No. He is not one of the players now, is he?
Well, she saw a white shot, and she assumed that that's the teammate.
Okay, in her defense, Promise was out there in the wing as well. Now we have a Mukauro attempt. Yes!
Beautiful
Mukauro
finish
hits from deep.
Finally, she drops a big basket in this game, and it's a 1-point game.
The 1 point. Ooh!
And sportsmanship foul on Sarah Ogoke, who incidentally tripped Ingvild Mukauro. And she'll be shooting 2 on the line, and ball possession back to Mozambique.
And definitely, it was Mukauro anyway, really getting involved now in this game.
And the offensive part of the game.
The offensive part of the game, indeed.
She was playing good defense, picking rebounds, boxing out, and now it's coming all together for her.
Is she starting to show signs of what you're used to seeing from her?
Yes, exactly. You know, Ingvild Mukauro, MVP of that FIBA Women's Club Championship in 2019 in Cairo, led her team fantastically well. Just so unfortunate that, you know, the global pandemic happened, and that put sort of a stop on the rhythm that Mozambique and Ferroviario de Maputo had come up with.
Mukauro tries to get to the hoop, slapped away.
And speaking about Ingvild Mukauro, she's a doctor by profession and has helped so much back in Mozambique to fight against COVID-19. So seeing her performing at this level is just a thing of beauty.
I'm sure her patients are delighted to see her play at this level, as Nicole Inabosi was fouled hard going up. And Nigeria and Mozambique, who are typically very strong three-point shooting teams, are not really shooting in this particular game.
Well, because there's no space to make these kind of shots. If you look at both teams, they're playing up-close defense, like it is man-to-man literally from the onset, and you don't have that kind of space, you know, to do that.
A lot of tension on the floor, as it has been a one-point game for the better part of this second quarter. Now Amy Okonkwo tries to extend the lead, 25 points for Nigeria. Mathanella picks up her second foul, and she's going to have to be careful, as Okonkwo with 2 clutch free throws. 3 minutes and 14 seconds left to go here before the half. Kovane will inbound the ball as Mukaru has a seat. Excuse me, no, it's not Mukaru had a seat. It was Mabjaya. Kovane to inbound the ball again. Here comes Cosa, having to deal with a full court pressure from Amu Kamara. Chizan gets it to Makauro. Makauro taking a look at Seda. No, she's going to go all the way. Gets her own rebound, kicks it back out for the three-point shot. Yes! Finally, Mozambique hitting their second three-point shot in this game.
And who else other than Annabella Cosa, the queen of three-pointers.
Okonkwo to Kanaya. Kanaya getting it out to Amu Kamara. Amu Kamara back out. It's poked away by Mukauro. And now she's getting active on defense. She timed that really well.
That is an unsportsman foul called on Enabosi. And Mozambique on yet another trip to the charity line as Otis Hewley makes 3 changes to his team, bringing back Ibekwe, Chidom, and Kalu.
Taking a look at that three-point shot from Cosa again. She is, once she gets going, it is hard to stop her from the three-point line.
And she's getting that confidence. Mukauro missing the first free throw. Not enough energy there. I mean, it's been intense in the last couple of minutes for Mozambique. They'll have the possession. The game is tied 26 up as Gimo takes a rest on the bench. Tamara Seda is back on the court alongside Kovane.
Kovane just can't get that one to go. She's very frustrated about it.
She's screaming there, looking for that inner feeling.
She's just got to keep on taking those. She's just got to keep on taking those. And Mozambique now missing a 3rd free throw in a row. They're not shooting very well from the free throw line, 44%. Something they're definitely going to have to improve.
Well, at some point it was 100%. And now it just goes to show you how tired the players are. But they have to keep going and see out this second quarter. 2 minutes and 5 seconds to play.
Palace almost losing the ball. Kicks it out to Ibekwe. Ibekwe, it's good.
3-pointer right there to give Nigeria a 3-point lead in this game.
the other end of the floor, Shizan just not able to finish, but Seda scooping up the garbage. Nice put back from her. Good to see her get minutes here in this second quarter. Ibekwe again. Can't get this one to go, and here comes Cosa. 3-on-3. She decides to try and take it all the way. Not denied by Kalu. Kalu trying to attempt the same. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Ezine Kalu.
Obviously, the referees have been taking note of the small fight between Ezine Kalu and Tamara Seda, started in the first quarter. And here it is. She should have focused on the basket, and Ibekwe there with a three-pointer, finding her rhythm. And now Fikadu, the referee from Ethiopia, telling Ezine Kalu to calm down and play basketball. And she's been substituted. Elonu comes on as Ezine Kalu heads to the bench.
Yeah, she's picked up 2 personal fouls. I mean, it was a tough call. You know, she did kind of bump with her shoulder. I don't think she extended her arm. But like you said, Usher, they have to keep a close eye on her and Seda. Cosa almost losing the ball. Mukauro keeps it alive. And I am loving the intensity of this game, Usher.
I think the next time I tell you something, you'll believe me.
I will believe you. I will believe you.
Well,
I will go by your words alone. I will not need to see it to believe it.
It is a beautiful game, very closely contested. And after watching, you know, 2 blowouts and another not so close game, this is very intense and good for us who are seated right here courtside, enjoying all the action.
What a steal!
Very good steal by Engfield, fouled by Elonu.
And Mukauro, wow. She puts the speed on, and she is just so athletic. Look at that play.
Look at that, very good hands. She dribbles all the way and is fouled by Elonu. 31.1 seconds to go in this second quarter. And Mukauro knows she didn't make the last 2 free throws.
Good comeback. She gets these ones, that's for sure.
Good comeback. She led on by the bench.
I'm sure Mozambique definitely want to maintain a lead heading into the half. It's just a 1-point lead. Chidom called for the travel. And Mozambique with an opportunity to make this a 3 or maybe even a 4-point lead. There's just 22 seconds left on the game clock. Cosa working her way up the court. Major pressure defense. Seda now kicks it out for the 3-point shot. Chizan!
Fantastic!
Hits it from deep.
Swish, and now the pressure is on Nigeria to keep in this game. And no basket there as Mozambique take a 4-point lead into the halftime break. Beautiful basketball, and Nigeria find themselves behind and checked in this game, but it's too early.
It is too early, and we've talked about it before, that third quarters are really kind of the determining factors or the turning points for a lot of games. And I'm sure Mozambique are very happy that they're leading coming into this half, but it's been a very closely contested game. With taking a look at some of the stats there, Nigeria with a higher field goal percentage, but Mozambique really capitalizing on the 3-point shots. And even though Nigeria do have a lot, are leading rather in a lot of stats, Mozambique are hanging in there. And I think Mukauro, who you see on your screens there, 6 points for her, has been the engine for the Mozambique side. Ezine Kalu has been contained in a sense. I'm sure they scouted her extensively heading into this particular matchup. We're going to take a small break and be back with more game action. Again, Nigeria 29, Mozambique 33 points.
Break, and oh, behind the back, we've seen it all from her, folks. She is utterly brilliant. She is a one-woman highlight reel, the heady. Nigeria getting her out of the game. And now, a turnover, and it leads to another Kalu layup. So full court pressure. Cosa. Got to launch it. She does. Did she call glass? Did she call window? The bank is open. Where they looking? Oh, behind the back. The crowd loves it. Oh, yeah! Bank it in. What a play. See if that brings her to life. Senegal's on the run. They've got numbers. 4-1. Traore pulls up and hits it right. And she is fouled. Unbelievable. Fouled by Ebekwe, who was running past. And suddenly, out of nowhere, Senegal trail by just 3 points.
Well, that's their veteran.
We have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
Taking a look at some of Mozambique's game leaders, Tamara Seda leading the way at 8 points and 4 rebounds. Cosa with 3 assists, but also has been great on the offensive contribution end as well. Cosa has 7 points for the squad, coming just behind Tamara Seda in terms of points scored. And Seda, such a strong player, graduate of University of Texas, El Paso, then came back to Mozambique to ply her trade locally. And again, Usher and I talked about it earlier, such a testament to the strength of local basketball that so many players of their national team are from local Mozambican teams. Taking a look at the Nigeria side, Kalu, the reigning MVP, leading the way with 9 points. Victoria Macaulay, 7 rebounds. And Kalu, 3 assists. Ezine Kalu has gotten tangled up with several players. Her and Seda have been going head-to-head. You don't see a lot of point guards getting into wrangles with post players, but that's just a testament to who Kalu is. She's a fighter. She's courageous. I think she's going to... Of the team, though, the next leading scorer is Adaore Lonu, the team captain, at 7 points. And then that's it. Next is Ibekwe, and yet Nigeria are a scoring team. So I would love to see everyone get more involved, Usher. You know, earlier when we saw high-scoring teams like Senegal hit the 100 mark, you had 4 players in double digits.
Well, obviously, when you think about, you know, the intensity that Mozambique bring into this game, it's expected that it is, first of all, a low-scoring game and that they're not giving space to anyone to shine. And talking about Ezine Kalu, you know, she's one to always find, you know, some what was with the bigger players on the opposing teams. She did that also against the US at the Tokyo Olympics. So it's not a first, you know, here with Tamara. She's doing the same with Brittany.
Yeah. She took Brittany Griner head-to-head.
Yep.
Wow.
Yes, she is a big personality, you know, in terms of character, and that's sort of what, you know, drives her game. She's the kind of player who, if you come to her and tell her you can't shoot, she'll be like, okay, we'll see. And if she drops the shot, then she'll come to you and say, I thought you said I can't shoot. But, you know, I mean, every team needs someone like her.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That tenacity, that drive.
And the fearlessness.
Exactly.
And, you know, looking at the Mozambican side, let's see if they can maintain, you know, that kind of pressure on the reigning back-to-back champions of the women's AfroBasket, who are looking for a three-peat. Coach Otis Hewley looking at his team, you know, scoring and practicing before they go for the second half of this very interesting group that also has Angola, another former African champion. But wow, wow, oh wow.
Definitely the group of death. And you know, Usher, sometimes people are like, it's nice to play easy teams in the beginning of the tournament. I think it's actually to your advantage to play tough teams at the beginning of the tournament, because it really sets the bar of how you're going to play, you know. And for, you know, these three sides, Nigeria, Mozambique, Angola, to play each other in this group, whoever comes out top of the group is going to be a much stronger team because of it.
Exactly, and it gives an opportunity to the coaches, you know, to get a feel of what is it like for my players to play under immense pressure, because during their practice sessions, they're just training, maybe 5-on-5, maybe they'll play a team select here or there. But here, first game of the tournament, and you're playing the defending champions for Mozambique, and for Nigeria, you're playing another good side, top 4 side on the African continent. That sort of energy is what both coaches need. And it will be interesting to see what the coaches say after the game and how they're going to approach the second half.
Either way, I can guarantee we're in for a very exciting second half, folks. So make sure you stick to your screens wherever you're watching us from. It's going to be hot action here at the Women's AfroBasket Cameroon 2021. And the top 2 teams of this tournament will play the qualifying tournament for the FIBA Women's World Cup taking place in Sydney, Australia in 2022. Usher, I'd like to think that you and I will be there as well.
Yes, ma'am, if you can call the lovely people who make these decisions.
Let me call my people to call their people.
It's very nice to have a friend who knows very important people.
Start of the third. Here comes Nigeria. trying to get back in the lead. Ezine Kalu fouled from beyond the arc. She'll head to the line.
She's
Attempt
like
3.
the worst person to foul on the behind the three-point arc. Annabella Cosa, she knows it because she herself is one that is very good at converting on the charity line. So Ezine Kalu.
And they'll call that foul, Usher, because Cosa was in the landing space of Ezine Kalu,
That's right.
even though she didn't necessarily touch her arm or bump her or anything like that. As Kalu misses free throw. Second free throw. See if she gets the third to go. 2 points for Kalu from the charity stripe. Will put them at 2 points away from Mozambique.
So let's see if Mozambique will make this possession count. Annabella Cosa, turnover as she tries to pass the ball to Tamara Seda, who tells her, put it on this side.
Yes, and it's just so important when you're passing the ball into the post, you have to recognize which side the defender is playing them on, especially once they have them sealed and locked in.
Ball stolen. Cavani loses it again. Tries to block Ibekwe, but she finishes there, and it is game tied at 33 in the third quarter with 9 minutes, 5 seconds to play.
Cosa gets it to Cavani. Seda in the post, and she's very dangerous here, but they're gonna call a travel, just one step too many. And she's just a wrecking block when she's in the paint. I always see someone walking out holding their head, their nose, their mouth. I mean, when she spins like that, you really have to be careful. You see some of Nigeria's great defensive plays.
Well, things are not going on well for Mozambique. 2 turnovers, foul, back-to-back fouls. They'll need to come down and start over again in this third quarter. So Nigeria with the inbound there. Elonu gets it to Kalu. Kalu drives to the basket. Jumper missed. And Engvild Mukaro with the rebound runs down the court. Straight to the basket. Lands into Macaulay.
But you have to ask, what was the game plan for Mukaro?
She's always trying to drive into the best line, and there's bodies in there. There's about 3 people, and she can't see where she's going, and she keeps doing that, which I don't understand.
Nice. Spins it up and in. Chizan.
Stefania.
And Kalu playing like she's all fired up. Macaulay now is bumped by Seda. And it definitely was not an intentional foul. I think Seda just happened to be there as she was trying to drive into the lane. The wall of Seda. How do you get through it? You can't.
The wall of Seda. I love that.
Elonu, nice high arcing pass to
Beautiful
Chidom.
finish there for Chidom. She was at the right place at the right time. Still game tied, 35 up. Whoa,
Seda, nice pass into
beautiful
the
pass.
post. Chizan wasn't able to close it out, but she earns a trip to the line. And Mozambique on their 13th attempt from the free throw line. They're shooting 50%. You can see that. Rolls in, rolls back out. Chizan makes the necessary adjustment and gets that one to go. She has 8 points in this game so far. Kalu Nice kick to Macaulay for the finish. And here comes Cosa. Gets it out to Shizan. Set it now at the top of the key. Gets it back out to Cosa. Finds Govani in the paint, and she's just not able to get that right angle as Kalu punishing on the other end of the floor. Wow. A lot of people on the floor. My goodness.
What
Tell
a
them something,
block.
Odera Chidum.
Chidum feeling that one. And really you'd think that Mukauro would have learned from the past times that she's tried to shoot from such angles. Chidum celebrating with her teammates. And here you have Kalu with a brilliant assist.
Yes.
And look at that layup. She's doing everything, the reigning MVP.
She really is. We said it before, she's the engine of the team, and she's showing us how Nigeria gets it done. Mozambique have to call a timeout with Nigeria the 3-point lead. Let's head on down the floor and listen to what Coach Saleh has to say.
Empurra para a linha. E outra coisa, temos que continuar a ser equipa. Passe, não forcem nada. Não há tiro aberto se não houver contribuição dentro, ok? Duas faltas dentro, tá? Vamos lá trocar. Gimo, vamos. Gimo e Dulce, vamos, bora. Vamos lá fora, bora. Vamos. 3-1!
Mozambique had to call the timeout to stop the bleeding as Ezine Kalu has gone off. She's gone on a run now at 13 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. She is really doing it all for Nigeria, taking advantage of the fast break opportunities, looking for the loopholes in Mozambique's defense and making sure Nigeria stays within arm's reach of this game.
I mean, Kovane tries to do so many things at the same time, and yet she could really just do the easy things. And
Ibekwe.
Nigeria are a team that can punish. Let's see Stefani, beautiful finish there. Layup to keep Mozambique in this game, and it's a 1-point game. Macaulay.
Oh, that was good defense. That was good defense from Cavani. She forced Macaulay to the baseline and then closed that out.
And that speaks to the intellect of a player. If you can use the baseline to play defense, very smart. And if things don't work out on offense, then at least she's playing defense. Good from Chidum. Good basket.
Chidum has been active in these last couple of possessions. 2 blocks for her in this game, 6 points now. Kovane almost losing the ball once again. And you're right, Usher, her head is just not in this game right now.
I don't know what exactly she's thinking about, but she needs to get her act together because her team need her exactly right now.
Objaya gets it to Gimo. Gimo trying to scoop layup. Ezine doing her very best to keep the ball in play. It's a good hustle play from her. 2.4 seconds left here in the shot clock. Objaya will inbound. Mukauro, baseline drive. Chizan can get it up before the shot clock winds down. And you can't blame her. She was in between trees there in the paint. And now Elonu will bring the ball up. Kalu gets it to Ibekwe. Ibekwe to Chidum. Chidum, spin move. Nice move from Chidum.
Chidum is having a great third quarter so far, feeling herself, and she's stepping up right from where Kalu stopped. She's continuing that. And Mabjai failing to control the game. I mean, what was that? What was she trying to do exactly? And there's a substitution as Mafanela, captain, comes on for Cavani.
Oh, Kalu, beautiful handles, great crossover for the mid-range jumper. You love to see it. And Ezin Kanu now with 15 points in this game. Nigeria slowly creeping away.
Mabjai, she's failed to handle the ball and control this game, and her teammates are wondering what exactly is going on with her. And once the opponents notice that, they'll play a man-to-man defense right there. And it could be a problem for Mozambique.
Mabjaya gets it.
Very good
Makuro.
defense.
Oh, nice
Very
driving
from
dish.
Makaro. And quickly to Mafanela, who finishes. And it's a 5-point game so far. Good rebound from Mukaro. Foul from Ibekwe.
Take a look. And that replay, big rebound from Makaro. Yes, indeed.
Oh, she always delivers. Ibekwe replaced by Promise. And Promise will be putting pressure on the ball.
Here comes Mabjaya and Mozambique. Gimo now at the top of the key. Gets it, tries to get it back to Mabjaya. Almost poked away. And they have to be aware of the shot clock. Down to 5. Mukaro tries to take that 3-point shot. She's off balance. And it's a new shot clock. Tough move from Odelia Mafanela. But Mozambique unable to convert there. Here comes Chizan. Chidom with her 3rd block of the game.
That was easy.
Easy peasy. Great read. Now, Elono almost bottled up. Gets it out to Macaulay. Macaulay hits and gives Nigeria 2 points.
Follow through there from Macaulay. 7-point game.
Mabjaya. And now for the baseline shot here, we have Gimo, and she's way off target. Ezin Kalu showing no signs of fatigue, if I do say so myself. Off the mark with that 3-point shot. But she has played just about 19, 20 minutes of this game. And her endurance levels are just so high. Chizan to Gimo. Mabjaya now. They couldn't get it up before the buzzer. And Coach Saleh trying to talk to his team. With a mask on, can the players really hear the coaches shouting?
Well, they can try. They can try to hear, but obviously if he removes his mask, it will be better.
Or they're going to call an offensive foul on Promise Amukamara. Nigeria now with a 7-point lead. Mozambique scoring efforts have gone down here in the 3rd quarter as Cosa checks back into the game. And she's been quiet from beyond the arc. Mafanella, unforced turnover. Two minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Makale gets it to Amukamara. Amukamara with the runner. And now Chizan with the offensive rebound. Decides not to take it all the way. Mafanella should have used the backboard. Bank is still open.
Actually, she could even have gone up, you know, to the basket. And it's a smooth three-pointer from Elonu to open up a 10-point gap in this game. The Tigress looking good, but the question is, can they run away with this one, or do Mozambique still have a say in this game?
Time will tell as they call a travel on Pereira. There's a timeout called on the floor. And we take a look at some of those highlights. Captain Elonu, a beautiful three-point shot. She's so smooth with it. As Mozambique call another timeout, let's sneak into the huddle, hear what they have to say.
Well, obviously, looking at the statistics, Nigeria 3 out of 12 from behind the arc and 3 out of 11 for Mozambique. Not so convincing. And I guess that's why they're going on the inside in the paint and looking for those easy two baskets. And obviously, both teams have used a lot of energy so far in this game. And they'll be looking to seal off a victory, the first in this tournament. But who will it be? Will it be Nigeria or will it be Mozambique?
We were talking about the game structure earlier with Usher, but if you're just tuning in for this game, the top teams of each group automatically advance to the quarterfinals. The bottom two teams will have a chance to play in the qualification to quarterfinals round. So there are a lot of chances to get into the quarterfinals and have a chance to get into the playoffs. To see Nigeria doing a better job with that motion offense. Big offensive rebound. Amukamara now gets it to Nkem. Nkem kicks it out to Palace for the three-point shot. And she was way off target on that one. You can see Coach Otis trying to encourage her, making sure she builds her confidence. Cosa trying to get some breathing space. And Mozambique are not able to convert in that possession. Cosa with the steal and the lay-in, making it an 8-point game. And you can see Mozambique are still fighting hard, but the fatigue is also setting in. You can see the slow recovery to Sarah Ogoke on defense, and Ogoke punishes.
Ogoke having played with 75% of this team for Ferroviario de Maputo. She knows them inside out, and you can see
Sarah didn't know the shot clock was winding down, and that will take us to the end of the third quarter. Nigeria leading 53 to Mozambique's 42 points. We are seeing Nigeria come alive here in the game.
Well, obviously, that was a dominant third quarter for Nigeria, showing their prowess on the continent. They've not lost a game since October 2nd, 2015 here in Yaoundé. A 1-point of the FIBA Women's AfroBasket. They've not lost a game on African soil. You can defeat them in Europe, in Asia, in South America, or in North America, but not in Africa.
That's a really impressive stat, Usher. I mean, Nigeria really should hold their heads high, not just the players themselves, but the whole federation and organization, for them to be in a position where they've dominated the African continent for the past 7 years. That is impressive. I think one of the hardest positions to maintain is the #1 spot, and Nigeria have done exactly that in AfroBaskets. I think one of the reasons for that is also just sticking to their core unit and maintaining that core unit throughout the past several years. It's a lot to say about continuity, and we can see that though Mozambique has been giving them a tough time, they are creeping away with an 11-point lead here at the bottom of the third. And now heading into the fourth quarter, if they can just maintain this energy and squeeze out the win, the three, they're one step closer to the three-peat.
Well, Nigeria, a country of about 210 million people, immense talent across all continents. This is just a reflection of who they are as a sporting nation, not just in the game of basketball, but across so many sporting disciplines. And it is really a beautiful thing to see them thriving. And yes, you spoke about the federation. I feel that they have done everything that they can to make sure that the team gets good preparation and come out here to stand a chance to win that third title that they've been looking for. Third title in a row, for that matter.
Elono kicks it out for the shot, and Kunai couldn't get that one to go. Cosa playing point guard now. And she is slow to get up. Still laying on the floor on the other end. Elono. It's a nice look. Just couldn't get it to fall. And Cosa has still not gotten up from when she fell down. You can see her being helped up now. You had mentioned that she does have a history of back problems, Usher, and I really hope that doesn't have anything to do with that, but you can see that she's in a lot of pain right now.
Yeah, she fell badly there. And let's see what the medical team decides. We're wishing her a quick recovery, and hopefully that shock on her back will not be dangerous, and she'll come back into this game.
She's on the wing, manages to beat her defender, and gets into the paint. But she's blocked by Nkem. Take a look at that replay. Yeah, that's a hard foul.
Well, Nkem, very energetic and also fresh legs because she hasn't played much in this game, so she has a lot of energy to spare. You can see her spreading her wings on defense and ready to box out Mafanela.
Gets it out to Nkem. Nkem hits it out to the wing. Sarah Ogoke, make no mistake, when she has that wide open opportunity, she will take and she will make that shot. Veloso can't get it there. And here comes Amukamara and Nigeria to try and make something happen. Snatched back by Veloso. And it's good ball movement from Mozambique to find Mafanella in the post. Shot clock is winding down. She's trying to make something happen. Veloso almost losing it. 2 seconds left. Throws up a wild one. And it'll be a shot clock violation. Ball to Nigeria. Coach Otis Hewley making sure that many of his starters get a break. Kunayi, he'll have a whistle on the floor. She was fouled on her way to the basket. And take a look at the replay there. Yes, Mafanella doing one of those frustration fouls.
Well, looking at the way Chidom is owning that paint just reminds me of Aisha Mohammed, now Balarabe, who was part of the team in Tokyo at the Olympics. She owns it, she makes her presence felt, and she's the new kind of energetic player that Nigeria needs at this level.
Nice find on the cut. Mafanella just couldn't close it out. But Mozambique's ball movement is opening up the floor for more opportunities, and they need to recognize that. Veloso trying to get the ball in, gets it to Mafanella. Veloso now trying to take it in. It's smacked away by Nkem. And Sarah Ogoke with a left-handed finish to get Nigeria to 58 points.
Well, Ogoke, obviously one of the veteran players on this Nigerian team, wasn't selected for Tokyo, but now she's playing a very good role and good attitude to show that I'm still here. Whenever you need me, whenever you call me up on the national team, I'll deliver.
And Lonu, rebound with authority. And Kunai on the other end of the floor with the finish. It's been a physical game indeed, but now Nigeria are demonstrating why they are #1 on the continent. As the fatigue in Mozambique's legs starts to show, but not so much for number 13, Pereira. She still has the fresh legs to knock down those threes. Amukamara, the dribble J, rattles it in and out. And it's going to be Mozambique ball. As a few substitutions, Mukauro back into the game, as well as Mabjaya. And I have to say, Tamara Seda has been uncharacteristically quiet in this second half. I'd love to see her get more involved. But it's not easy to bang in the paint. And Nigeria have the stretch, they have the deep bench. You can see Seda now really fighting to just get position. And it's so tough to fight for position and then not get a clean pass in the paint. So you have to kind of struggle to save it. Takes so much energy out of you.
Well, obviously, I feel that the playmakers for Mozambique have not involved Tamara Seda and Gimo a lot more in this game. They are playing a small man game, and Nigeria is punishing them for that because that's their strength, and yet they're playing on the other side. So it is what it is. And here we are, 5 minutes, 15 seconds to play in the last. Mukauro.
Good sportsmanlike between Seda and Kunai. Coach Nasir Saleh complaining to the table. On the other end, Coach Otis complaining to the referee. Timeout has been called by Mozambique. And again, Nigeria not calling so many timeouts in this particular game. Just over 5 minutes left to go here in the final game at game day 1, AfroBasket 2021. And we are celebrating 60 years of African basketball. And fortunately, with the COVID situation, we can't do too much about it, but we do have to recognize the accomplishments of African basketball. Let's head onto the floor and see what Coach Otis has to say. That was not Coach Otis in the Nigeria squad. What you heard was Portuguese from the Mozambican side. And you can hear they still have fight in their voices. And Coach Nasir Saleh, he's a man who's generally very composed, even under moments of extreme duress. Again, it's not his first rodeo. He's worked together with the Mozambican national team on several occasions.
Well, you say that, and indeed he coached Mozambique in 2013 at home in Maputo, guiding them to that final that they lost to Angola in a very, very intense game.
Carlos gets it out, Amukamara back out to Elonu. Elonu trying to find Macaulay in the paint. Kalu to inbound to Amukamara. Amukamara trying to find Macaulay again. And a wide open three-point shot by Elizabeth Pereira. Can't get it to go. Kalu to Macaulay. Macaulay taking advantage of Mafanella complaining about a travel call. And we've talked about it before, you just don't need to talk to the refs, especially when the game is in action. Cannot throw in those floating passes to a team with an average height of about 6'1" in the front court. And Usher, do you think that Mozambique are really missing the presence of Leah Dong?
Obviously, I mean, when you see the performance of Tamara, Seda, and Gimo, you feel that they could have been complemented by Leah Donge. I felt that they could do a lot even without Donge. Yes, star player, named to the tournament 5 in back-to-back AfroBasket championships, and also way before that in 2013. And I was wrong. They really miss her. They miss her today. They miss her today. But also, really, it's important to understand that Mozambique only trained for 4 days before they came to this tournament. So it's not been easy for them to get a team with that much quality to just be together for 4 days. Is not enough for them to, compete. But we hope that going forward, the authorities back home in Mozambique will help them to prepare for big tournaments in a conclusive way and in a very promising way. Let's look at that again. Kalu passed the ball to Ibekwe, and there was a foul.
It didn't come across very clearly what exactly happened.
And it looks like Mafanela has been replaced. 4 fouls.
Mabjaya gets it out to Enrique. Enrique finds Seda in the post for a nice clean finish. And this is Enrique's first appearance here in this particular matchup. As in Kalu, you give her that space, especially in the center lane, she will take it. Long pass, too strong by Mabjaya. I can't help but question that particular decision. You see Kalu now with 17 points with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go here in the 4th quarter. Too strong of a pass, almost lost. Konko tries to keep it alive, but the ball will go in Mozambique's favor as we see both sides digging deeper into the bench. Number 10 of Mozambique, Carla Pinto, also into the game. Chidom has a seat for Nigeria as Kunai checks back in.
Well, it is a 13-point game with 2 minutes, 33 seconds to play. Let's see if Mozambique still have it in them to win this game. Very good defense from Nigeria. They'll be very proud of that intense defense. And now Amy Okonko inbounding the ball to Ezine Kalu.
Too strong of a pass, Ezine. And Inabosi couldn't get her hands on it. (65-48). 17-point lead, Nigeria. Can Mozambique make something happen in these last 2 minutes?
Well, it looks like Nigeria are not going to let that happen. They're playing good defense. And now Otis Hewley bringing on Sarah Ogoke and Musa.
I think Musa is the only player on the Nigeria squad who actually plays for a team in Nigeria.
Which is a good thing, you know, just to continue to show that there's purpose to develop the game back home and not just collecting players from overseas to come and play for Nigeria.
And you have Esperanza Mendoza establishing her authority. Fikadu seems to think it was a travel. Mendoza declared it a foul. We respect that decision as Nkem gets her first one to go. Can't hit the second. And now a long three-pointer. Kauro snatches that ball away from Nigeria, puts it back up. And the intensity will continue until the very end.
Well, that is Mukaro's 7th steal in this game. She's been immense. Her defense is really second to none. She gives it everything.
Kick out to Enrique. Enrique almost losing it. Hard pass by Mabjaya, and that is gonna be her 4th turnover in this game. Never a good thing when your point guard has a lot of turnovers. Floating pass by Sarah Ogoke, can't get to its target. Taking a look at the turnover situation, 30 turnovers for Nigeria, 25 turnovers for Mozambique.
Insane.
When you look at turnovers that are that high, what does that actually tell you about the game, Asha?
It says a lot about the defense of both teams, and I would like to look at it from a positive way, that both teams have been playing very hard defense, and you could see it right here on the court. But obviously not a good thing, you know, for the coaches, because they'll be looking at their point guards especially and thinking you could have done X, Y, and Z. Or to the entire team, you should have screened here your teammate or rolled away or something like that. And yeah, just generally shows you the quality of both teams. And I say that in converted commas.
You're being very positive today, Asha.
I have to be positive. It's the first day of the tournament.
Unfortunately, we have a lot of unforced turnovers as well.
Whoa.
Wow. She was ducking and weaving through defenders to find Enrique, and Enrique could not reward her efforts. Take a look at that. Wow. Mukaro really doing the most for the Mozambique side, and I hope that she'll continue to have the legs for this tournament. I don't think we've seen the last of great basketball from her. Mabjaya, someone gets a tip, and way short. Skovani back in the game. Just 20 seconds left here. And Nigeria with just enough time for a final bucket. Amy Okonkwo. No foul called, play on. Nicole Enabosi gets hit several times on her way to the basket. She'll go to the line to shoot the final free throws of this game. Enabosi coming off the bench for Team Nigeria. Can't connect on that last free throw. 1 point for her in this game. Kovane just not able to get that shot off before the final buzzer. And that is Nigeria's 17-point victory for them, 67 to Mozambique's 50 points. It was such a closely contested matchup for the better part of the game, and then Nigeria went on a run in the 3rd quarter, and Mozambique were unable to close that points differential. They weren't able to slow down Nigeria and stop the bleeding. So Nigeria will get their first victory of AfroBasket 2021. The D Tigress looking for their three-peat as they appreciate their fans. Taking a look at some of the stats there, 51% from the field, 33% from 3 points. Mozambique, lower stats than usual, 30% from the field, 19% from field. We're used to seeing
But
Mozambique
impressive
score much better.
steals for Mozambique. 16 steals.
But were they able to convert them?
That's the problem. That is one of the biggest problems. And obviously looking at the scores, Kalu there leading for Nigeria with 17 points. And Adora Elonu with 13 as captain. And obviously looking at the rebounds, Victoria Macaulay with 9 rebounds for Nigeria. Impressive, really, and good outing for the defending champion.
Build against Mozambique, especially in the third quarter.
And yes, you say that Chidom as well with 24 minutes. Ibekwe with 22. That's like the core team of Nigeria, and not surprising that they put up good stats on both ends of the court. But you have to give it up for Mozambique, like I said. 4 days of training and then travel all the way from Maputo to Cameroon, and you know, put up a fight, showed everyone that we're here to fight. We are one of the best teams in Africa. Yes, we've lost, but we will be back, and the next game obviously will be against Angola in a proper derby tomorrow at 4 p.m. GMT. That will be 5 p.m. here in Yaoundé.
It's going to be a very interesting matchup indeed. Angola and Mozambique, both Portuguese-speaking countries, have a lovely rivalry when it comes to the game of basketball, and we can expect to see some great intensity in that game as well as what we've seen tonight, Nigeria against Mozambique. It's been a lovely, lovely day indeed for African basketball. Those are the standings for Group B, Nigeria with their first victory and at the top of the table. Final score, Nigeria 67, Mozambique 50 points. Thank you for joining us. You have a lovely night.